There are dozens of online business models out there, from dropshipping, Amazon FBA to SMMA. But there's one business model that reigns supreme, and that is SMMA, building a social media marketing agency. And I can give you 57,000 reasons why SMMA is the best business model out there. Now that number isn't random. I chose that number because that's how much I made last month with my marketing agency. Look, let's get one thing straight. Every business model out there can work if you're consistent and put in the effort. But I chose SMMA for one key reason. The skills that you develop while building a marketing agency are invaluable. I'm talking about real world, high value, money making skills that transfer to any business, career, or venture you decide to pursue in the future. So if my agency that makes me tens of thousands of dollars a month collapsed tomorrow, I wouldn't be worried because the knowledge, experience, and confidence I got by building my SMMA would allow me to bounce back faster or smarter in any industry. Now in this video, I'm not going to talk about the obvious reasons on why you should start a marketing agency, like financial freedom, being able to work from anywhere in the world, or being your own boss. You've heard all of that before. Instead, I'm going to break down the 5 powerful, underrated skills you develop while building a social media marketing agency. Skills you don't get with any other online business model out there. And I want to talk about how these skills will serve you for the rest of your life, no matter where life takes you. Skill number 1, being an expert at marketing. Now this is the most obvious, most crucial skill you get from building a marketing agency. It's in the freaking name of the business model. As a marketing agency owner, the thing you most likely sell and you have to be good at is marketing, right? You offer digital marketing or regular marketing services to any business. You guarantee them more results, more sales, more jobs with your marketing skills, right? For example, what I do is I help furniture stores, appliance stores, mattress stores get more sales with paid ads on Facebook and Instagram. So I become an expert at digital advertisement, marketing as a whole. I'm a professional at getting other businesses sales. How? With marketing, right? Marketing is the most important element in any business. I always say this, you can have the best product, the best service, but if no one knows about you, no one will buy. That's the reason marketing agencies exist, right? To fill that void, because a lot of businesses don't understand marketing. Now, marketing is a very powerful skill that is usable and important to any industry one enters in. Marketing is the lifeblood of every business. I remind you, it doesn't matter how good your product is, your service is. If no one knows about it, it won't sell. And as an agency owner, your job is to get that service, that product visibility, make sure the right people see it with your marketing efforts, right? That's the reason why marketing as a whole is a very lucrative endeavor, because a lot of businesses need marketing, right, to make more sales. SMMA teaches you how to get attention, craft offers, and drive real results. Skills that are essential in every industry. A question I get a lot as a marketer is, okay, why you, right? And I always tell them, okay, I make people want your product. Without me, your product won't sell, your service won't sell. You need me, right? You need my marketing skills, right? Because I can make people want what you have to offer, right? So marketing is a very valuable skill that you develop while building a marketing agency. So if I ever decide to stop running my marketing agency, the skills that I developed along the way can be applicable to anything I ever do in the future. Marketing is needed for anything. I know how to get people's attention, how to get people to be interested, how to get people to desire what I'm offering, and how to get people to act. And this is an invaluable skill you get from SMMA. Skill number 2, you become an expert at sales. Unlike dropshipping or Amazon FBA or these other online business models, SMMA forces you to do sales. You have to hop on real calls with real business owners, people. You gotta learn how to overcome objections, build trust to get that sale, to get that client, right, to work with you as an agency owner. SMMA is a people-to-people business. The only way you grow agency is by hopping on sales calls, convincing people to work with you, to believe in you, right? The only way you scale is more sales calls and closing these sales calls to continue working with you, right? You have to get on sales calls, right? It's something you cannot avoid. Sales is a foundational skill. Once you learn how to sell, you never go broke. So if I ever decided to close my marketing agency, I'm also an expert closer, right? Because I've already closed dozens and dozens of people to work with me in my marketing agency. And I close them on very high ticket retainers. It's not like I'm closing them for like $5 items. No, I'm closing them for $2 to $3 grand monthly retainers. To be able to close someone on a high ticket item, it's not easy. And I developed the skills to be able to become the person capable of closing these I get individuals on these high ticket retainers. These are skills I will take with me wherever I go. Sales is a very important skill to have in life. Everything is a sale. Getting to go to sleep with you is a sale, right? You gotta convince her, right, that you're the right person to sleep with you, right? You gotta build trust. Convincing your grandma to make you cookies is a sale, right? You gotta convince her, right, that she's the most beautiful grandma in the world, and that because she's the most beautiful grandma in the world and she treats you best, she'll make you cookies, right? Everything's a sell. So I'm grateful to the skills I've developed, right, building my market agency, especially the sales techniques that I know will be of much use if I ever decide to close my marketing agency or if I ever go south. Skill number 3, team building and leadership. To grow an agency that's making tens of thousands of dollars a month or hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, you can't do it all by yourself. You need a team to get to the next level. Without a team, right, you have that massive bottleneck. SMMA teaches you how to build a team, delegate, lead, and scale. Building a marketing agency is a proper business, and if you really want to get to the highest levels, you need a team. You can't do everything by yourself, right? Because you're your biggest bottleneck. That's the only way you can really scale a marketing agency is by getting more team, fill in those important positions to be able to grow your business. So at the stage I'm currently at, right, if I want to get to like $100,000 a month, which I'm on track to do this year, I know that I can't work in the business. I got to work on the business. And at a higher level, I also become a leader to be able to manage all my team members, people doing the sales calls, people doing the creatives for my clients, the media buying, right? You got to be a good leader. Building a social media marketing agency at a high level teaches you team building, leadership. And leadership is a rare and valuable skill. And learning it gives you a huge edge. So if my marketing agency ever crumbles, I'm not worried, right? I've already developed the skills of a leader, right? Team building. I can get another business up and going very quickly because I know what it takes to grow a business to very high levels, on how to run a team. I won't be stressed out. I know exactly what must be done and how to motivate these people. So that's skill number 3, team building and leadership. Something you only get from SMMA. Skill number 4, client relationship management. Getting clients is one thing. Retaining them is another thing altogether. SMMA teaches you how to build trust, deliver consistent value, and keep clients happy so they don't churn. The beauty about SMMA is that it's high ticket MRR, monthly recurring revenue, right? You can close a client for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, whatever a month, right? And they continue to pay you month after month after month after month. And after the year, right? One client can be paying you $40,000, $50,000 throughout the whole year. Now, if you're closing multiple clients every month, right? You could easily be making millions of dollars a year, right? With your marketing agency. That's the beauty about growing a marketing agency. It's high ticket monthly recurring revenue. Now, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Every month, you gotta make sure these guys continue to work with you. Make sure they don't churn, right? This is a thing that you face in the marketing world, churn. You gotta make sure that churn rate is the lowest possible. In order to make sure that churn rate is the lowest possible for these guys to continue to work with you month after month, is make sure you get the best out of yourself. And that's where you gotta learn how to build invaluable skills such as like building trust, building rapport with your clients, right? Treating them as friends, having a customer-centric business, right? Where you make sure customer service is at core, right? Make these people feel respected, valued, right? These are a lot of important elements, right, that are applicable at any business. And I do the same process with dozens and dozens of different clients of mine, right? Making sure they don't churn on me, making sure they continue to work with me long term, right? And this is a skill you start to develop. Customer relationship management. Learning how to treat customers right. Because no matter what business you're in, right? There's a saying, the client's keen, right? The customer's keen. Even if they're at fault, they're still keen. You don't want to argue with the client. I guess SMMA takes it to a whole new level, right? Because you want their business every month. You don't want them to churn on you. So you sometimes have to learn how to be a bit more of an ass kisser, right? So make sure these guys don't turn on you. So if my SMMA ever crumbles, I know how to please people, how to make my clients in my future, my customers, be satisfied, happy. Because I do this every single month with all my clients. It's a skill you develop. The 5th and final skill you develop while building a marketing agency is personal branding and being an expert at soliciting attention. To stand out in SMMA today, you need a strong personal brand. It's not like 10 years ago that all you needed to do really was cold outreach methods like cold call, cold DM, cold email. You get clients like that. No, it's so saturated today, right? In the agency world, right? There's millions of agency owners offering the same services, same prices, same guarantees, maybe at a fraction of price that you do, right? When you're competing with people from like India. Yes, it's a low barrier to entry, SMMA, but what happened, right? It's saturated, it's flooded. The market is flooded with agency owners. Your ideal client, well, they've been burnt out countless times, right, by newbie agency owners that don't know what they're doing. It's harder than ever to stand out. And only way to stand out in today's marketplace is by building a personal brand. That way people don't look at you at price alone anymore, but on who you are as an individual. That's the reason why you gotta build a personal brand with an agency to be successful. And obviously, with the personal branding element, you gotta know how to talk on camera, right? You gotta get people to trust you as an individual. Unlike dropshipping, well, you don't have to put your face on camera, or Amazon FBA or these other online business models, right? Because you're not selling yourself, you're selling the product. But with SMMA, you're selling yourself. You need to learn how to create content, build trust with your audience, and command attention. And attention, my friend, is the most valuable currency in the digital era. And look, if you don't believe me, SMMA is a perfect springboard to any endeavor, thanks to learning how to do the personal branding and knowing how to solicit attention, a thing you get from building a social media marketing agency at the highest levels. Just look at the YouTube greats. Iman Gaji, he started in SMMA. Alex Hormozi, SMMA. Luke Belmar, SMMA, right? All these greats of YouTube, they started in the SMMA world and been able to use the skills they developed, which was soliciting attention in the personal branding element, to build brands that open doors in completely new arenas. I've been building my personal brand for my agency for the past year or so. I can hand on heart say the true reason why I've been able to grow my agency to tens of thousands of dollars a month, now on track to make 100,000 plus a month, is all due to my personal brand. My personal brand builds trust. My personal brand brings authority to me. Building a personal brand is something that nobody can take away from you. In an age of AI, in an age of thousands and thousands of agency owners, nobody can take away your personal brand, because that's what makes you you. Makes you different. In the age of AI, where AI is replacing everyone and everything, there's one thing it can't replace, and that's personal brands. Knowing how to solicit attention, right? Because that's what makes you unique, right? That's the reason we hear people, we listen to people, because of who they are. And this is something you get while building a marketing agency. The personal branding, knowing how to get people to pay attention to what you're offering, to what you're talking about. Now, this is a skill that I'm continuing to develop, improve, but I know that this skill of knowing how to get people's attention, that personal branding, getting people to pay attention to what I offer, is a skill that's gonna be invaluable in the age of AI. It's the ultimate hedge against AI. So skill number 5 of personal branding, knowing how to solicit attention, is probably the biggest skill you get from building a social media marketing agency. The biggest YouTubers came from SMMA. Look, the bottom line is this: SMMA doesn't just make you money, it builds you into a weapon. It gives you an arsenal of skills to rely on when you're building that next business, or when you're developing yourself, taking yourself to the next level. The skills that you learn throughout SMMA, they'll stick with you for the rest of your journey and set you up in life to win, no matter what direction you take. Now, take my advice. If you haven't got it by now, SMMA is the best business model out there. In every business model, you can make money. But why not be strategic? Why not only make money, but also build invaluable skills along the journey? And SMMA is the correct business model to help you with that. Good luck on your SMMA journey. Remember, it's just the start. SMMA is the perfect springboard to anything you want to do in life, because of the invaluable skills you'll develop along the journey.